Okay guys, little update here. This is our meat tractor. So it's 12 feet long, 8 feet wide. Can hold like 40-45 birds in there pretty easily. I like Red Rangers or Freedom Rangers. Better than your Cornish cross, but this year we have Cornish cross. We got about a month till we process them, which by the way, we will be having a workshop. So I will link that workshop tickets if you want to come in the description below. Now we have 50 birds and they're in an 8x8 2 feet high coop. What, are you guys scared of an apple? Never seen an apple before? Who's gonna be the first? Nobody's gonna go for it? There you go. That's good, isn't it? There you go. See, it's good. Num nums. We need to split them up because there's too many in that smaller coop. So last winter, or this last spring I think it was maybe, we had some strong storms and a giant branch, probably about at least 6 inches in diameter, came down right in the middle of this and snapped our cross beam that went across the top of this. And it gives a little extra support to the tops of the door and the frame and back, kept it pushed out. So this thing is bowed in the middle right now. So we're gonna have to do some fixing up before we move the others. We also have adjustment ideas to the wheels, so we want to change our wheel setup again. We fixed it once before, still not too happy with it. 12x8 is pretty darn heavy. I don't want to have to lift and lower the coop every time I move it, but it's a pain in the butt. So still have to lift the one end unless we put wheels on the front and the back, but I think right now we're just going to do the back and see how we go. Paint the coop again? Yeah. You got your paints all set? Okay. You can paint.
I want to show it.
Yeah, pretty colors. Not sure how far that'll get you, but you can start with that. So the chicks are moved in here. They've got about a month left before we process. By the time this video goes up, it'll probably only be a couple of weeks before we process. So again, we're doing a workshop for that. So I'll link that in the description below if you're interested in learning how to raise your own meat birds and process them. Now, usually we do Red Rangers. This year, all we could get were Cornish cross. So that's what we're doing here. Not my favorite because they're a little messier, lazier. They do grow faster, but they're just generally not as healthy. But anyway, we'll go over a lot more detail on which breeds we prefer, which setups we prefer, and how to put them on pasture from day one in that workshop. We do have some videos on that as well you can watch. We got this fixed with a brand new tarp. We did not want the tarp going all the way down so they could have some airflow there, or all the way to the front here. So again, they could get some sunshine if they want, and shade it if they like. It does go all the way down in the back, and mainly because want some protection from the rain if it comes in kind of sideways. The other thing we did in the back of this, along that back ridge, was we put that corner protection foam stuff that you get for furniture for toddlers to prevent them from hitting their heads. I had a whole roll of it left over from my daughter, and it pretty much went almost the entire length of that back end. And the reason for that is because a lot of this fencing ends at the corner and sticks out and basically just rips holes in the tarp. So putting that foam piece, I'm hoping it will protect the tarp a little bit better. The tarps generally have only lasted us a year each, so we'll see how this one does. Now Cornish cross will pretty much stay on the ground The Red Rangers, you can actually put bars across, they will roost. So I do have a bar in the back that I don't think these guys can even get up to it. Kind of messy birds. They don't care if they're laying in their own poop. But yeah, they're on fresh grass here, and we move them daily, so they stay on fresh grass. And when we get them where they're big enough, we'll move them twice daily. In fact, in their old coop, we were moving them twice daily because we had 51 birds in there. I've moved 30 to this coop. It's a little bigger, 12 by 8. The other coop is 8 by 8 and shorter, 2 feet tall, but more Salatin style, but lightweight. And I kept 21 birds over there. So we have 51 total. We ordered 50, got 52, lost 1. Not a bad ratio considering that the Cornish cross. I've lost more in past. Chicken processing day is Sunday, September 28th. We get all day chicken processing, hands on. You get to go home with 1 bird for your freezer, and we have a executive chef on site who makes a nice harvest meal at the end, which tends not to be chicken, and we do a fireside meal at the end of the day. So if you'd like to join us, check out the Eventbrite link down below. But otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll catch you next time.